final thoughts slash walkthrough of the Dagger Rewind Medium. Dagger's always got a good molded in drain plug. I've always liked Dagger's drain plug. It's recessed. It's actually got a little protection. It's out of the way. You can kind of see that that thing's not going to get broken or popped out. The handles, you know, they've always done the metal handles, and I really like that. They've got security bolts on almost every one of them. These are rated up to around 2,000 to 3,000 pull strength here. So I would trust these with my life any day. You know, there's some manufacturers that go with webbing, which webbing's really good too if it's applied right. And I get that, that's pretty good. And there's actually some that just put a plastic bar. I think it's like a 34-19. It's easy to get the legs in and out. Handles here, handle here, you can get your hand. I do like the fact that there is 2 handles here for picking this boat up and moving it around. So you can easily grab this boat and it gives you a point to clip into if you ever need to. And with these 2 handles here, you have a place to run your straps through when it's on the roof. So the outfitting's still the Dagger Contour Ergo is what they're calling it. The hip pads are, to me, the best in the industry because of the way they lock onto the seat. It holds them in place. You're not relying just on Velcro. You know, the ratcheting leg lifter, I'm a big fan of that. I've done a video on kind of like why I like this so much. I don't run a seat pad in this boat. A lot of people run a seat pad, but I felt that it elevated me up too high. This pad is thick enough and the seat height, but you're already up enough. I didn't feel the need to add a seat pad to it. Roto-molded seat, there's one thing about this boat, you know, is safety. Roto-molded pillar with the ability to put your foot there and kick out of the boat. It's that one time that it does its job where you're like, okay, that's worth the weight right there. And to adjust these seat, it's not the easiest seat to adjust. You have to undo these screws like halfway, undo this bolt here, and then what I do, I just kind of like hit the seat forward. I run this boat about 2 fingers back. I'm not all the way back, but I'm back far enough to help load this stern. It's got such a nice stern on it. I want to be more back, but it does not fit the thigh brace bolts. To do the thigh brace, you're gonna have to use a screwdriver to do the thigh brace. And that's one thing that, you know, Dagger can improve on is their thigh braces. Wow, it's not the easiest adjustment. It is, it's a tough adjustment. Not some companies have abandoned thigh braces altogether and just going in a little molded in wings. Maybe that's better, I don't know. I got used to after paddling it for a while. And the bulkhead, so the bulkhead has something, I actually have an old bulkhead right here. When you get the boat, it's gonna have it down in this position. So if you're running like back here on like say this bolt, you're gonna pull it out and a gap gets formed up here. What you wanna do is actually reach in there, screw this, and you can see how these bolts work. Screw that, lift that toe cup up. So what I like to do, I pull my bulkhead all the way up and then get it where I want it. I sit in the boat, push it down. When I'm pushing it down, these are kind of tapered right here, and you can kind of see it pushes down. It gets where I need to get it, and then I tighten them up as tight as I can get them. Because they are into an insert in the back, you're not gonna have to worry about going too tight on them. You can tighten them up. It's a really nice system. The bars actually slide out. When you're coming in, the bars will slide out. After I went over the outfitting, you know, now I'm gonna talk a little bit about performance. So we'll go to the hull. So it doesn't have, it's got more of like a progressive rocker all the way throughout. It's nice and flat here. So there's like a nice edge transition right here, but it rolls down, smooths off, so there's no sharp edges there. So it's gonna be on a wave, you're not gonna be able to like carve and spin as easy as a boat with a hard edge, but it does give you that more downriver creakiness feel. The bow has a nice flat area there, transitions up, so that gives it that ability to come into drops and skim out. One thing that it will do though, because it is still a half slice, you've got to be careful when you hit big burly holes. This thing's gonna go up, invert, and back over with you. That's why seat position is very important in this boat. Sometimes I'll actually move my seat up if I feel I'm getting on something where I'm concerned of getting sterned under a lot. Before, don't just paddle it once and then the tail's too squirrely, it's hard to roll, it doesn't perform right. Move the seat around. But when you move the seat, also move the bulkhead. So think of this as one unit. You move it all at once, like that. One of Dagger's things when they came out with this boat was the one boat quiver boat. Is it? I don't know. I mean, I feel I could take this boat down. I could easily take it down class 5, but where I would not take it is when it gets really burly class 5 with big, huge pour overs. because I want to be able to come off a pour over being something, if that tail loads, I'm going to shoot out. I'm not going to go up and vertical on it. And that's what this boat would do. So that's why, you know, you still need to keep creek boats and high volume creekers in your lineup, and don't say, oh, I'm going to get one boat. Yeah, I'm just going to buy one boat and it's going to do it. Well, it's going to do everything, but you better be on it. Change your paddling style a little bit, maybe. It is a very capable craft for a lot of different stuff though. So they've actually got 4 sizes of this boat. They got extra small, small, medium, large. This one is the medium, and I'll put some specs up and let you guys check it out. One thing with the Rewind, it's going to be a very predictable boat. It's not going to surprise you. I think Dagger did a really good job on this boat. You can feel the refinement. That's why a lot of their boats, when they come out, they look for longevity. So that's pretty much it on the Dagger Rewind. That's my full walkthrough. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.